Okay, so partially for, I don't know, in some ways posterity, because the server's coming down soon, and in some ways to just kind of show you guys what I got up to. I thought I'd give you a bit of a quick tour of Squaffco, which is the Squaffco Tower. Not very much of it's loaded. Let's load the rest. It's yeah, it's built out of obsidian naturally because you can never be too careful. There's a node down there. I did use oh, actually, have I got some bees going? Ah, yeah, these are rejuvenating. So basically, what they do is they add vis to the aura. In other words, the aura node here. There was a big problem about them seeming to despawn everywhere, which, as you can see, that's largely why, if you look down the bottom left-hand corner, that's why it's a 1482 size node. Mainly because I just used silver woods up here, and so just combined them to get quite a large aura in terms of the max value. But the beauty of these bees is that they can overcharge the aura. At least in this version. In later versions of extra bees, of magic bees, sorry, they work a lot better actually, because they improve the aura by just a little bit, but not so much that it goes mental. Because I've had just ridiculously large nodes. Some of mine, I think I might have a screenshot somewhere. It's just took up the entirety of this here. It just took up light. You just couldn't see that because of the aura, which is great. It looked a little bit like the area of the Eye of Sauron, but yeah, it died. As there's the bug with the current version of Thaumcraft. In this feed, which is Feed the Beast Ultimate, the bug in that version is that yeah, basically that all the aura nodes would despawn. There's also some kind of charging bug, but if you look at the moment, the tower is charging the surrounding aura nodes. That's what these are. It's sending in some way a little bit like EU really. It's sending energy packets, but magic, towards nearby aura nodes. Like this one is a 400, but the V drains out of it because of aforementioned bug, and so it's currently charging them. I'm obviously using a jetpack. Well, I say jetpack, it's oh, come on, brain. Power armor. So it's got all kinds of snazzy things in it. Here we go. Let's see, that's a bit more like it. So if you imagine that, but yeah, significantly bigger. But you can see already, I've only had those bees on for a short amount of time, and it's already charging the aura like just colossally. So in this kind of world, I did go a lot into bees, particularly the magic and extra bees, because Feed the Beast Ultimate runs on gregtech. So obviously the resources are a bit slim in some ways, because you need just so many resources in order to start generating UU matter and that sort of thing. So to this effect, this was what I had to the. This is where I got to before I ended up, leaving for uni. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ultimate hybrids, and then that one, which is a regular hybrid. So using applied energistics, I would autocraft them. Let's see what I've got in here. I might be able to autocraft. This is the inside. Incidentally, these are I believe LESU blocks. Which you have like a central controller, which is actually downstairs, and then each of these adds, is it 1,000 or 1,000,000 storage into it? And so, as you can see, all the above floor is made of those blocks. So that's why, yeah, it's down here. So that's why in this LESU there's 284 million EU storage. Not that I've actually used it, because it generally goes straight into the matter fabricator, which is upstairs actually, the matter fabricator. So yeah, I've got guard golems knocking around. They've got a dart gun on their side, which is kind of cool. This is the majority of my storage, actually. You can, for applied energistics, which is these, that you may or may not be, well, you should be familiar with it. It's very common now, it's because it's excellent. You can store items as energy, pretty much. But the drives, which are these, are obviously quite expensive to make. So I use these, which are basically like... it allows you to add... there you go, storage bus. It basically allows you to use other things as storage. So things from other mods. So barrels... even chests, actually, if you were into that sort of thing. But I use deep storage because you can store a tremendous amount of items in these. So generally the things that I have a lot of, like I have 8,516 propolis and a lot of cobble, even more flax actually. I actually have so much flax because you can see it running now. It basically has bone meal fed into these from my I've got a skeleton spawner upstairs. Well, I say skeleton, it's a wither skeleton. But I expect I've still got a great many bones left. Yeah, I've got 411,000 bones left. Because for a great deal of time, that was my power. I'll show you my power now. Here we go. This is, or was, my power system. So it would, I'd use a soul shard there. Oh no, saying that, this is my creeper one. This is basically for experience. There's, because for a time I was, needed a way to farm minium shards, and having a railgun and a deployer was pretty much the only way to get them to be dropped. So yeah, that was the workaround for the because they basically the mod author didn't particularly want people to be able to mass produce minium shards, minium stones, because they're very useful. You can use them to transmute things. But yes, we didn't want that, and so we found a way to do that. But as a side effect, fortuitously, it gives you experience when you do it like that. You'll notice I'm moving slower now because it's got quite a big battery in it. Where's the power for this? Oh, it's been so long since I was on here. No, it'll be downstairs. I'll just throw it into the main power down here. Come on. Yeah, I'll whack that in there. And that one's charged. Good, good. Okay, so here we go. So Creeper Bane, as I called it. Right, you'll be able to hear it running. So if you look, there you go. See a minimum shard right there. That was exactly what we wanted when we were doing it. So then that gets sucked into here and filtered and things. Oh, actually, yeah, I was using. If you notice, you can still see it running here. The gunpowder with the Tome of Alcahest gets turned into redstone, which is then stored in here, I believe. Yeah, that's why I've got so much redstone. But then, because of Alcahest, you can use redstone as like a base sort of reagent that you can then use to make a lot more things. So, in other words, lapis, which is how I got all this, that kind of thing. So that's quite cool. And what else shall I show you? I've shown you, yeah. So the other side to that is the wither skeleton one, which I was basically using just generators and a whole bunch of these guys. And if you notice, coal and bones. So yeah, that was my power. It goes into ender chests, as you can see here, which then go downstairs. Saying that, actually, I didn't just use generators. I used quite a few boilers from Railcraft, which are actually kind of hidden. You'll see them down here, but they're all been off because I've just got so many solars now. But yeah, I've got one there. I've got three or four or something that was cranking out a lot of. I'm just going to say a lot of EU. At the time, I could have told you the values, but not anymore. All sorts of diesel and semi-fluid generators there that were kind of because of applied energistics. You can just import and export things quite easily. Autocrafter there. Oops. In here, nuclear generators. Oops. Reactors even. This was a fantastic setup given to me by TechMav, who's on the server, so credits go to him. But this basically allows you to just pump in the uranium cells, because the issue is that you need to be able to just literally throw in the uranium cells without actually them going in a very specific area, some areas being blank, that kind of thing. So it allows them to just be pumped in. So all of these are running this setup. And how, Squaffle, did you get so much uranium, you ask? Well, I've got a great deal of uranium. I did have more, but I believe I gave it away at one point. So you can see I've got quite a lot of uranium. It's almost as if something is producing it. It's not an exploit or anything like that. It's a legitimate way to gain uranium. And if you notice somewhere around here, there we go. I'll start taking damage. Quite a lot of damage actually. That's actually radiation from radioactive bees. Because why not? So they make uranium. These guys, these guys actually produce jelly beans, in fact. Yeah, jelly beans. What have we got? Rubies, that was for chrome. Tin, untreated frame in there for some reason. That's bizarre. Valuable, those are titanium, I believe. What have we got in here? Emerald. Oh, another doctoral. I must have, when I left this, I must have been mass producing jelly beans for some reason. Copper. Another ruby. Yes, very well. Radiation. Valuable. I'm not sure what that will be. Have I got any food on me? No, apparently. Alright. More copper. Impregnable. Oh no, they're titanium. Valuable must have been valuable will be platinum, I imagine. So as you can see, basically anything that gregtech had a bit of an issue with, and so, tremendously nerfed, then I basically just had bees produce it, because yeah, that was great. It took me ages to breed them all. This is kind of my breeder. It's set to producing at the moment, but using a relay here, I would just put in sol frames, which sol frames increase the mutation chance. They're a little more awkward to get in the new version of forestry, at least the one that I'm familiar with. I think there's a version again since then, but yeah, I'm breeding a variety of things together here. I'm not sure what I'm attempting to get at the time. There's these are crossbred leaves. That's why they're a different colour. You basically breed two trees together, and like this, the bees, by their nature, pollinate, and these ones are different colour leaves. So you use something called a grafter that then allows you to get off the sapling for the crossbred tree. Like this tree, for instance. This is not supposed to produce cherries, but it does. It basically uses something that's called Mendelian genetics, which is, parent A has one trait, parent B has as a different trait. When they breed together, there's an equal chance of either trait, and that kind of thing. But yeah, ebony, that's because I built that with my ebony wood, which is this ebony? I think this might be ebony. Yeah, that was ebony. Oops. Oh god, here we go. Well, never mind. But yeah, ebony tree. That's cherry. This, I don't know why I put that there. That just looks like a normal tree to me, but I imagine it's got some kind of special property for me to have put it there. Kapok or something this will be. But yeah,